Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Serge is here with you for this Christmas address for all of you. And I'm in this place again. This is a beautiful village setting here with a pond behind me. And there is this nice hill covered with snow and a lot of trees. So it's a very beautiful place around here. And I would like to congratulate you on the Merry Christmas today and a coming Happy New Year. And wish you all good luck and happiness and prosperity for all of you and your families. And to have your stockings full of gifts from Santa, and have Santas coming down through your chimney all the time, and just to have everything you wish for, and many more Christmases to come for you. And today I also want to have a little pep talk about teaching with those of you that have students and that teach that marvelous language that English is. And the first step I would like to give you, on the thing that I would like to discuss with you, is that when you are a teacher of English, you don't have to follow rules, as crazy as it may seem. Like, all of us are used to following textbooks and just using a lot of materials that have been prepared before us, and relying on all of those materials that were stockpiled before we started working. But I just think that the main point of being a teacher is that you're present with your student at every lesson, at every single minute of your lesson. You're present with your student and you give all of yourself. This is how you do it. And my friend Stan worked on a non-textbook approach, and I think it's a pretty good thing. So using a textbook is not always justified, but it's not only about not relying on textbooks. It's about relying on yourself. And when you talk to your students, and you don't always have to even use a lot of materials, a lot of handouts, a lot of worksheets and stuff. Just talk to your student, and when things come into your head, just tell your student what you feel like telling him about some cultural stuff, and some other things that you think are worth sharing. Just talk to your student, especially if you're good at English, you have a good pronunciation. Just listening to you would give your student a lot of motivation and a lot of power to continue learning. So it goes along with spirituality, because only when you're present you can really understand and see what you have to do, because you're sort of connected with a higher power, and the higher power tells you what you have to do at this very second and this very moment. You know, this song, a famous song by Bon Jovi, comes to my head. We weren't born to follow. So as teachers, we weren't born to follow. We weren't born to follow those teaching techniques that have been worked out before us. We were born to create new teaching techniques. We were born to teach in a new way. And this new way of teaching is giving all of ourselves. And this eye-to-eye contact, this communicative approach, when you let your students speak and you yourself speak. And I personally consider speaking one of the most, if not the most important part. That's why you have to really pay attention to this. And the second point I want to make today is that you never have to stop learning, because as long as you live, you learn. And the more you learn, the more you can give your students. So you teachers, keep watching movies, TV shows, YouTube videos on different topics. Don't forget about diversity, because if you're a teacher, you're supposed to be to know vocabulary from different realms of life, from sports, from movies, from cooking, housing, and everything else. And the more you learn, the more you read, the more you surround yourself with the English-speaking atmosphere, the more you have to share with your students. So this makes real sense. And learning, is the single main process that makes sense in this life. And the more we learn, the more we can share. And diversity is very important when watching TV shows and YouTube videos that will increase your vocabulary. And when you give your student videos to watch, just make sure that that the speaker is not speaking too fast. And as your student progresses, the more advanced he or she becomes, the more you can increase the complexity and the speed of the speaker in a certain video. So, two main tips: being yourself, using new techniques, being present and creative with your student, and tip number two, never stopping to learn. So I guess my pep talk for today, for this beautiful Christmas Eve, is over. I'm gonna keep walking, and then I'm gonna have some time here in the nature, and then walk back home. And I wish you all to have a very Merry Christmas, and let Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus bring you a lot of presents and make this Christmas unforgettable for you. This was your Serge. I'm very glad to have the opportunity to talk to you on this beautiful day. Goodbye, see you later. Keep learning, keep practicing, and become perfect in English. Goodbye.